So Series 2 is going to be starting February 1st, and it's going to be the first series that allows the use of the past and future Pokemon. Before they weren't usable in ranked battles, but now they are. And this is really going to show the speed creep that's been going on in generations 8 and 9, because lately they've been releasing Pokemon with like over 135 speed, 135, or like 135 and over speed. So it's definitely going to be like a speed creep battle, because there's things like Dragapult, Flutter Mane, like, and then there's like Iron Bundle as well. So like there's gonna be some choice scarf like shenanigans going on, I feel like, and it's definitely gonna be crazy. But I just wanted to talk about my team, because in the last video I was talking about how I was going to use pretty much the same team that I have for the next series, and that's because after all, the same Pokemon that were allowed in Series 1 are still going to be usable in Series 2, so I'm definitely going to still have to deal with those Pokemon. It's just the addition of the 14 Paradox Pokemon that are going to be changing it up quite a bit. So, but I just want to make a few tweaks, just not like a couple tweaks, just not like that much of a change, and then we'll see what we need to do after, like once we start playing the battles. So there's one of the Paradox Pokemon I'm most scared of is like probably Iron Moth, because its special attack and speed are really high and the coverage is really good versus my team. So the best way I can probably do is I'm gonna probably switch my Gastrodon's Terra type to Fire, because because Iron Moth gets Energy Ball, which is a grass move, and that just completely destroys Gastrodon. So defensively, in order to deal with that, I would have to Terra out of a grass like weakness. But if I do Fairy, then I'm weak to Poison. So that's why I was taking Fire, because also Fire gives me the benefit of resisting the Freeze Drive from Iron Bundle as well, because keeping Gastrodon is definitely going to help me because of the flip, like Iron Bundle can't just spam Flip Turn because Gastrodon has Storm Drain, so that's a good thing. And then when I Terra Fire, Iron Bundle can't really do anything to Gastrodon, so that's a good thing right there to know. And then also Iron Bundle has a 136 speed, so if it's not timid, Kilowattrel is going to outspeed it, because my Kilowattrel is timid. And then since Iron Bundle's HP and special defense are lacking, I can just Thunderbolt and completely destroy it. But the speed creep is going to be crazy, so I'm not really sure how that's if I'm actually going to be able to get outspeeds opposing Iron Bundles, but we'll just see what happens. And then there's the Paradox Dawn fans that are going to be released, and this is where I'm not really too worried, because Serena can wall them like pretty easily. They do have good like physical bulk, but their special bulk isn't that good. So what I can do is like Iron Treads is going to be pretty good. I don't know about Great Tusk, but I'm guessing I can see them like both being really good. But I can definitely like catch them off guard with the special, because Kilowattrel's Air Slash can do crazy amounts of damage to Great Tusk, and then also Terra Blast Ice is a thing that can also do insane damage, and then Gastrodon can do a lot as well to him. So any of these 14 Paradox Pokemon can be really good, I feel like, in the Series 2 format, because their base stat totals are 570, so they're all like really high, and that's going to be good enough to use them to their strengths and do well. But I wanted to talk about Roaring Moon as well, because Roaring Moon is going to be a pretty insane physical attacker, 139 base attack, and then 119 speed. So it's going to be crazy, because it gets crazy options with it gets U-turn as well, so it can pivot, and then it gets Dragon Dance. So I'm gonna have to see how that goes, because I do have a few options like Tinkaton. I can Terra out of a ground like or an Earthquake, and then also Serena I can Terra, like I was thinking like Terra Fairy, but if the Roaring Moon has Iron Head, it's gonna be a pretty bad day for Serena. So I was thinking just keeping the Terra Water and see how that goes, because with Terra Water he's not able to threaten any super effective damage on me. and then if he tries to U-turn, he'll just get chipped himself. So we'll just have to see how that pans out. Now, there's things like Screamtail that can have setup, like Calm Mind or Bulk Up, or just like setup like South Rock or like Thunderwave and stuff. So I think the best way that I can deal with that is using Encore on Tigaton to lock it into the setup and then set up myself, because also Gigaton Hammer can just raw threaten this thing like with crazy damage, even though it's like insanely bulky. It's definitely gonna be, I can definitely seeing it being like having a role, like for sure, in this metagame. And then there's things like Iron Hands and Iron Thorns, which isn't really that much of a problem in my opinion, because I have Serena to defensively switch in, and then also they get destroyed by ground moves, so Gastrodon with Earth Power and then Haxorus with Earthquake, so it's not really that bad, and then they're also slow. So that's also a benefit as well. And then there's things like Iron Valiant. So Iron Valiant is going to be crazy because it can definitely use physical and special attacking sets pretty well, because it's just both those stats are pretty high. Now the good thing about my team is that I have Killer Watchel, which outspeeds the Iron Valiant, so that's a good thing. And Iron Valiant doesn't have the best special defense or special bulk in general, so Air Slash is going to threaten it with insane damage, probably potentially getting a one-shot. I don't know the calculation behind that, but we'll have to see how it pans out. But overall, I think the shifts in the metagame is mainly going to be like Flutter Mane existing. It's going to like get rid of all of the dragon spam that we've been seeing, because Hydreigon, like Excalibur, Dragapult, and like Dragonite are just being insanely used, like on like with multiple 2 to 3 dragons on like every team I face. So like I think Flutter Mane is definitely going to be getting rid of like a lot of that. It's not going to completely get rid of it, because you can just Terra anyway, like Terra those dragons, and then they'll just be like, can deal with like any matchup, at least the fairy matchup, which is Flutter Mane. And then Flutter Mane does have a weakness with its low physical bulk, so like I'm kind of curious if a Life Orb Shadow Seek from Sterilite just like straight up just one hits that thing, because that would be like insane if it does. So yeah, we'll just have to see how that plays out. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say for this video. There's definitely going to be some changes in the metagame, but I don't think it's going to change too much. And like I said, I'm going to have to keep in mind the previous Series 1 threats, because they're still going to be there. Like, can't just forget about them, because then they'll just ruin your day if you're not. If you just like try to build your team to counter every Paradox Pokemon, it's definitely not going to help, because you still have to consider like all the other 100 threats that have already been in the metagame. So yeah, that's all I have to say for this video, and hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you all next time.